go. Hey YouTube, this is your girl coming at you with words and love. Today's video, well tonight's video is tonight now. I decided to do a second video tonight and touch on an important issue, which is whether or not you should stay with your baby daddy or not. This is a huge problem in our society. And one of the biggest issues is that when a woman gets pregnant by a guy, it's a very strong connection. It's a very emotional time for a woman, and the woman tends to, if I'm speaking completely, if this is a not planned type of pregnancy, because usually the type of not planned pregnancies are the baby type pregnancies. Okay. So, yeah, so what the woman tends to do is she stick it out and stay with a person, not because he's right for her or not because he's going to be a great father, just because of that connection, that emotional toll that end up being built between each other. Okay, so starting from there, um, one of the big issues is that women try to want to make it work. They want to be a family. And sometimes that person may not be good for you. And most of the time, you know they're not good for you. And you're just trying to work it out because you think you're being a good parent and you want to be a family and do the whole Brady Bunch thing. Now, here's the issues with that. If he's not a great father, that's the number one thing. If this person doesn't show the qualities of what a good father is supposed to be, then you definitely shouldn't be wasting your time trying to stick it out and get a relationship with this person. The second thing is if he doesn't treat you right and you don't feel that connection with him, you don't have to stay with him. And a lot of times, you don't want to be a statistic. I had a hard time saying it, but you don't want to be a statistic. And you try to stick it out, and sometimes it's not really worth it. So I would suggest, like I always say, stand back and analyze the situation. If you were pregnant or if you didn't have a child by this guy, would you be with this guy? Would you date this guy? Would you love this guy? Step out and really look at it. Because, this is an age, you don't have to be in a relationship with the guy that you're pregnant by or that you have a child by. And even though you have that emotional connection with him and you feel like, this is the way it's supposed to be, sometimes it's better for you and your child to break away from that situation. There's a lot of strong single mothers out here, and you may be lucky enough to have the guy still be supportive and be a father to the child with you no longer together, or you might have the one that's just not there and you're doing it on your own. So basically, if you're in a situation and you're not happy, but you're thinking to yourself, like, I got a child with this guy, like, I need to make this work, go ahead and try. And I do suggest it. Try to make it work. Do your best to try to make it work. But if it doesn't work and it's been time and time again the same repeat situation, then you need to let it go. And at the end of the day, you can say, I'm a great mother. I tried to make it work with my child's father. I tried to make this be a normal family for my child, but it did not work. So I'm moving on. And at the end of the day, like I said, sometimes it's actually beneficial for the child. You don't want to raise a child in a home with parents that's arguing all the time and don't get along. That's just the same as them not being together at all. So really, really think about this decision, based on experience. Women tend to kind of think about what people think of them, so they try to be the child's father, and you don't have to. It's not a big deal, and yeah. So, like I said, there's that emotional connection and that bond between you, and it will always be there. But you can't find yourself just relying on that. You have to be happy. You have to be happy for your child. You know, that's very important. And a child can see when their mother is stressed out, and that wears on a child. So that's my advice for the girl that's trying to stick by the guy that she just know that isn't right. You know, they gotta do. Okay, ladies, like I always say, if you have any questions or even any tips that you want to add on for others to hear about people that's in the same situation, just write it down at the bottom, and even do a video response. That would be cool. Okay, bye now.